Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 3, Book 31, number 130. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's Apostle mentioned Ramadan and said, "Do not fast unless you see the crescent of Ramadan, and do not give up fasting till you see the crescent of Shawwal. But if the sky is overcast, if you cannot see it, then act on estimation, i.e. count Shaban as 30 days." Volume 3, Book 31, number 131. Narrated by Abdullah bin Umar. Allah's Apostle said, "The month can be 29 nights, i.e. days, and do not fast till you see the moon, and if the sky is overcast, then complete Shaban as 30 days." Volume 3, Book 31, number 132. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet said, "The month is like this and this." At the same time he showed the fingers of both his hands thrice, and left out one thumb on the third time. Volume 3, Book 31, number 133. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet or Abu al-Qasim said, "Start fasting on seeing the crescent of Ramadan, and give up fasting on seeing the crescent of Shawwal, and if the sky is overcast, and you cannot see it, complete 30 days of Shaban." Volume 3, Book 31, number 134. Narrated by Salama. The Prophet vowed to keep aloof from his wives for a period of 1 month, and after the completion of 29 days he went either in the morning or in the afternoon to his wives. Someone said to him, "You vowed that you would not go to your wives for 1 month." He replied, "The month is of 29 days. Volume 3, Book 31, number 135. Narrated by Anas. Allah's Apostle vowed to keep aloof from his wives for 1 month, and he had dislocation of his leg. So, he stayed in a mashruba for 29 nights and then came down. Some people said, "O Allah's Apostle, you vowed to stay aloof for 1 month." He replied, "The month is of 29 days. Volume 3, Book 31, number 136. Narrated by Abu Bakr. The Prophet said, "The 2 months of Id, i.e. Ramadan and Dhul Hijjah, do not decrease in superiority." Volume 3, Book 31, number 137. Narrated by Ibn Umar. The Prophet said, "We are an illiterate nation. We neither write, nor know accounts. The month is like this and this, i.e. sometimes of 29 days and sometimes of 30 days. Volume 3, Book 31, number 138. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, "None of you should fast a day or 2 before the month of Ramadan unless he has the habit of fasting, nawafil, and if his fasting coincides with that day, then he can fast that day." Volume 3, Book 31, number 139. Narrated by Al-Bara. It was the custom among the companions of Muhammad that if any of them was fasting and the food was presented, for breaking his fast, but he slept before eating, he would not eat that night and the following day till sunset. Ka'b bin Surma al-Ansari was fasting and came to his wife at the time of iftar, breaking one's fast, and asked her whether she had anything to eat. She replied, "No, but I would go and bring some for you." He used to do hard work during the day, so he was overwhelmed by sleep and slept. When his wife came and saw him, she said, "Disappointment for you." When it was midday on the following day, he fainted and the Prophet was informed about the whole matter and the following verses were revealed. "You are permitted to go to your wives for sexual relation at the night of fasting." So, they were overjoyed by it. And then Allah also revealed, "And eat and drink until the white thread of dawn appears to you distinct from the black thread of the night." 2.187. Volume 3, Book 31, number 140. Narrated by Adi bin Hatim. When the above verses were revealed, until the white thread appears to you, distinct from the black thread, I took 2 hair strings, one black and the other white, and kept them under my pillow and went on looking at them throughout the night, but could not make anything out of it. So, the next morning I went to Allah's Apostle and told him the whole story. He explained to me, that verse means the darkness of the night and the whiteness of the dawn. Volume 3, Book 31, number 141. Narrated by Sahl bin Sa'd. When the following verses were revealed, eat and drink until the white thread appears to you, distinct from the black thread, and of dawn was not revealed. Some people who intended to fast, tied black and white threads to their legs and went on eating till they differentiated between the two. Allah then revealed the words, of dawn, and it became clear that meant night and day. Volume 3, Book 31, number 142. Narrated by Aisha. Bilal used to pronounce the adhan at night, so Allah's Apostle said, carry on taking your meals, eat and drink, till Ibn Maktum pronounces the adhan, for he does not pronounce it till it is dawn. Volume 3, Book 31, number 143. Narrated by Sahl bin Sa'd. I used to take my suhoor meals with my family and then hurry up for presenting myself for the Fajr prayer with Allah's Apostle. Volume 3, Book 31, number 144. Narrated by Anas. Zayd bin Thabit said, we took the suhoor with the Prophet. Then he stood for the prayer. I asked, what was the interval between the suhoor and the adhan? He replied, the interval was sufficient to recite 50 verses of the Quran. Volume 3, Book 31, number 145. Narrated by Abdullah. The Prophet fasted for days continuously. The people also did the same, but it was difficult for them. So, the Prophet forbade them to fast continuously for more than one day. They slid, but you fast without break. No food was taken in the evening or in the morning. The Prophet replied, I am not like you, for I am provided with food and drink, by Allah. Volume 3, Book 31, number 146. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. The Prophet said, take suhoor as there is a blessing in it. Volume 3, Book 31, number 147. Narrated by Salama bin al-Aqwa. Once the Prophet ordered a person on Ashura, the 10th of Muharram, to announce, whoever has eaten, should not eat any more, but fast, and who has not eaten should not eat, but complete his fast, till the end of the day. Volume 3, Book 31, number 148. Narrated by Aisha and Salama. At times Allah's Apostle used to get up in the morning in the state of janaba after having sexual relations with his wives. He would then take a bath and fast. Volume 3, Book 31, number 149. Narrated by Aisha. The Prophet used to kiss and embrace his wives while he was fasting, and he had more power to control his desires than any of you. Said Jabir, the person who gets discharge after casting a look on his wife should complete his fast.
Hey!